Time to practice. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. It's been a while since I've done one of these and been out of practice. Not sure what to do. Anyway, welcome back. This is another First Look Friday, first in a while. And but before I do that, I shall have a quick look at some other stuff I bought when I went to the model shop, the Halifax Models Board. Yeah, I bought some extra. So I picked up some supplies while I was there. Mr. Cement, pour type, it says there, thin stuff. So they're going with a round bottle this time. They seem to keep changing stuff, the Mr. Hobby people, but there you go. Also got a couple of Mr. Hobby paints. This is 311 grey FS 36622, it says on the label. This is going to be for the Star Wars kits, the Star Wars White, Revell White, as I like to call it. Got a couple of greens, grey green IGN and dark green too. Apparently Tammy has a second version of dark green. This was supposed to be for the 109, but we'll see. I also got the old reliable Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500 Black. The good stuff, if you like. Anyway, I also picked up one of these things. Riveter. A Riveter 2, $5.99. You've got 4 sizes of wheels assorted. So hopefully that's going to do. That's going to come in handy with a couple of things. Hopefully this is going to come in handy with a couple of projects I'm working on. We'll see. Anyway, but that what else did I buy at the shop? Going to the main event. This. So this, as you can see, is a Revell P Series Arado AR E.555. Yes, one of those prototype vehicles that Germany started designing in late, just before the war ended. So it was never built, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, so this is a Revell 1/72 scale, 98 parts. It is 22.5 centimeters long, 29.1 centimeters wide wingspan, for 12 plus. So I am over that age. Yeah, I like the artwork on this because you got the like technical drawings at the back there, and overlaid over it is the vehicle itself. Yeah, 3 of them actually, and a couple of American jet fighters attacking them. As I understand, the plans for this vehicle was to be able to fly all the way to America and yeah, attack them directly across the Atlantic. So they needed something that could have the range, the speed, and the capacity to carry the ordnance, the bombs to drop on them. Anyway, so that's the front of the box. Let's have a look at everything else. On this side, basically same picture, well, just a whole picture really. Same information, nothing else. On this side, we've got a vertical version. Camera can't even focus, it's too close. Hold on. Let's do this. So a few changes I've made to the setup. I'll talk about that later. If we can focus on it. Basically the same as you've seen already, but in vertical format. This end, yeah, same thing, but in horizontal format. Got the price there, $19.99, which was not too bad, is it? Not too bad, I don't think, were you? And on the back, we have, okay, so I can read it. We have pictures of the built and painted kit. Not too sure about the paintwork on this thing that they got here. It looks a bit. It's not the kind of thing I do, put it that way. But that doesn't matter because I'm not going to be painting it in any of these colours anyway. Over here, there's a tiny bit of detail about the kit, about the aircraft. Says here, work began in mid-1944 on this long-range jet-flying wing bomber designed for high speed, 860 kilometers an hour, What's that in miles? About 500, 600. Long range and bomb load carrying capability. However, the product never made it past the planning stage and was cancelled after 6 months. Yeah, so large detail fuselage, 6 engines, authentic decals. So basically, you got that detail in 6 languages there. Over here, level 4 detail model kits for advanced model builders. Experience in adhesion and painting required. Adhesion? Yeah. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 languages. No, I'm lying to you. You got the 4 languages there, then again here in another 5 languages. So down here it tells you the paints you're going to need to paint this vehicle. White, black, yellow, red, 40, whatever that is, another version of black. And some greys and so on. There you go. So that's the outside. So yeah, let's clear the space a bit and have a look at what's inside. Oh, I also bought some number 11 scalpel blades. So I think I've got more than I need. There's 10 in each pack, so if you reckon one new blade, if you reckon to one new blade per kit, then you've got 20 kits there. So yeah, just stop buying. I've already got a box of the 15s up in the cupboard over there. So, and by a box I mean a box of what's it? A lot of these. So too many blades, more blades than I'm ever gonna need. Anyway, let's tidy up a little bit and let's have a look at what's inside the box. How do I get in here? Right. Something to cut it with. Bear with me a moment, please. Look outside with the prize on it. There you go. Maybe a bit more. There you go. So it's a side opening carton box. So what do I have inside here? Receipt in there as well. So I always tend to give the receipt when I buy kits. Oops. Put you somewhere. I always tend to keep the receipt when I buy stuff. So here's telling me blah, blah, blah. So the paints, just for future reference, cost £2 each. So these Mr. Hobby and Tamiya paints, Halifax models do them at £2 a piece, which is good value if you ask me. I tried buying them from Amazon once and they're asking £5-6 a jar, which is, even with postage, it still works out cheaper to buy them from Halifax Models World. So if you want some Tamiya or Mr. Hobby paints at a good price, sent to you carefully packed, Halifax Models World. Anyway, so big instructions here, decals and other piece of paperwork in there. And one bag of plastic parts. So I did notice when I was looking at the back of the box, blah, 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 let's go and have a look. Down here, can you see that? Let me zoom in a bit. It does say manufactured 2024, Carrera Revell Europe, Gumbach. Address there, made in Poland. So I'm wondering if we got links to the other European companies, ICM, or maybe not ICM, but what's the other one? There's a few that do good work, so I'll mention them if I remember. It's over you. So all European made, and looking at the parts right now, it looks, through the plastic, it looks pretty nice. But let's do what I normally do, go straight to the beginning. Let's go to the paperwork and let's have a look what the instructions tell us about how to build this kit. So on the front here you got in 2 languages, German and English. A lot more detail of the vehicle itself. No, not focusing on that one. There you go. I doubt you'll be able to see it even though it's in 4K, but yeah. I'm not going to read it all. I'm sure if you went to the Revell website, you'll find more information. I have no idea if Revell will do that, but let's carry on. So, some technical details of the vehicle, blah blah blah, and so on. So, what's this thing anyway? Is it all pile of pages? So basically it's a booklet type, but it's not stapled together. So that's a bit annoying. Looking at the camera to make sure things look good. Let's get rid of this cardboard. I was hoping to cover up crappy bits like that. But anyway, so you open the page and you get lots more details before you start in a plethora of European languages there. And a little diagram showing you bits of advice about how to hold a kit, how to hold the bits and pieces, how to, anyway, various symbols over there, what to do, you know what those are already. Use colours, again this is Revell colours, and most of them, have a quick look, they're all the original colours, so no mixing of colours to produce specific shades. Over here you got a very simple diagram of the kit parts. 3 screws it would appear. 1 large screw, lots of bits and pieces, 2 big screws, 2 smaller screws with the big bits on it. So the top and bottom of the vehicle, or the bottom and top. I don't see clear parts. We'll find out as we go along. So anyway, the build starts, as you can see, in the cockpit, as is tradition. And over here, so it looks like you've got a choice to build it wheels down or wheels up. So, oh look, yeah, it is. Not looking at the kit, I thought this was part of the build process. So here, I think are the clear parts, cockpit canopy. This is interesting. I'll tell you why I chose this kit later on. But so yeah, so stage 2. It looks like you've got a choice to build it wheels down or wheels up. So wheels down, showing you how to insert the landing gear in the cockpit. So question mark here, and then it goes to 11 if you're not doing the question. So was it part 11? Go straight to 11 and see what happens here. So there you go, wheels up. So anyway, it's a bit not very good at this, you know, having a bit out of practice. So part 3, inserting the cockpit in the body. Part 4, putting together the tail fins, the vertical flying parts. Section 5 is putting the engines together, which is like lots of pieces, 2 top and bottom pieces, and then lots of front and rear parts. Part 6, you're assembling what appears to be the weapons. The plane has machine guns sticking out the top, a turret as it were, a turret. So got more turret at the back there, and then part 7, you putting the top and bottom together. Part 8, putting the engines on and the tail fins together. Part 9, putting together the cockpit canopy, which is all pretty much like a little greenhouse thing. So it looks like you got that bit there, 2 pieces, another piece on top of it, which appear to be part of the control panels. Then that goes onto the canopy, another clear piece on top there, and then undercarriage bits. Without undercarriage, putting the cover there. With undercarriage, putting the wheels on and so on. And looks like if you've got the gear down, you have to cut this part into 3 pieces. It says there, knife. So will I do that? I don't know yet. Over the page, sections 14 to 24 on this double space spread is all undercarriage again, with undercarriage down, with carriage stowed, carriage up, in flight mode as it were. What else do we have here? The bomb bay. Got these bits here, don't know what that is. So all these are painting guides, so telling what colours to paint the little bits and pieces. So doors open, doors closed, and then you got the bombs. £1,000 bombs, 3, £2,000 bomb, 2. Over the page, so you can install the bombs into the thing. So you got bombs inside or bombs on the outside or both. No, I'm lying to you. It's the bombs all on the inside, is it? Yeah. I like the diagram here, which shows you the layout of the internals, and then it shows you pilots, but it says here not included. So you got the crew shown, but they're not included in the kit, which, yeah, a bit silly to me. So if they're not included, why do you show them in the first place? So I'm wondering if there is like an extra kit that has them, a different kit that has them, or maybe you can buy them as extras, I don't know. But yeah, first disappointing bit there. And then down here, 27, decals, so stencils, come on both version. And then you've got a choice of which version to fully paint, so markings and paint colours. And then this is a different one here again. So I'm going to ignore these because I'm not going to paint it in any of these colours. As some of you may have guessed already by the playlist, this is going to be part of the Star Wars Fantasy Rebel Squadron. So which vehicle is it going to be? Well, it's going to be this vehicle here, as you can see. Ahsoka Tano and the robot who fly this vehicle. I went for this because A, they're both fairly similar shape, and they've both got the same, very similar cockpit, like that. So yeah. Anyway, that's the paperwork. Let's take a look at the plastic. But before we take a look at the plastic, let's take a look at the decals. So the decals are nicely wrapped up in this piece of paper, which is safety advice. Put that away, don't need that. And the decals printed in Italy. Printed in Italy usually means cartograph, but it doesn't say cartograph on here, so who knows. They're very thin decals, look and feel quite thin, so I'm fairly certain they're going to be good, but then I'm not going to be using them anyway, so yeah, put these aside. Right then, so the main event, plastic parts. So a big bag stuck together with tape, so easy to get into this one. So 1 sprue, 2 sprue, 3 sprue, clear parts. So let's just go for the first one. Doesn't tell me the sprue number. So this is the top of the vehicle, and so the detail surfaces are all on the same side, so the back side is just, yeah, hidden. Quick look at the thing, very impressive, fine detail. So the detail on this is very fine, very impressive, very sharp. All the way across the whole thing, little panels and so on that look very clean and very fine. There appears to be what appears to be fabric detailing over there on the tail fin, which is again very fine. Yeah, so yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. I'm wondering if or the other European model, Edward, it has a feel of Edward about it, except you got a lining mark, little holes there to align the pins, guiding pins. So yeah, so this is the first sprue we're looking at, and it looks very good. I'm quite pleased by what I'm looking at here. So that is the first sprue. So the next sprue we're looking at is the other side of the airplane, the fuselage, the flying wing. I've got a few scratches on the bodywork there, so this could be from the this plastic rubbing against it, or some parts rubbing against it. So lots of little fine scratches where there shouldn't be. Yeah, so this is where packing them separately might help. Over here, I don't know if you can quite see that. There appears to be some external yeah, looking at the other side, there is some detail on the inside of this thing. You see, I have to brighten it up a little bit. There does appear to be some detail on the inside of the cockpit, which is also very fine. There's push pin marks just there and there, and they appear to have pushed through to the other side, so there's like a little raised part, which isn't a good thing, but you know. Everything else, however, has got the same bright detailing that the rest of the kit has so far. So yeah, the internal bomb bays look pretty good. Wheel bays look very clear. Lots of fine detail into there, and I'm wondering if those, because there's push pin marks on the outside, but they're, so I'm assuming that these little round bits here are not push pin marks. Oddly detailed, odd bits of detail there, but yeah. Anyway, that is the second sprue that we're looking at. Third sprue, much bigger sprue. So this has all the smaller detail parts. You've got some bombs there, got some gear door, undercarriage gear doors, lots of wheels there, single piece wheels. Cockpit over here, bomb bay doors, engines front and back bits, and despite what I was worried about, the detailing on the engines does look very fine and clean, so it's a lot better than I was expecting, just by looking at the photographs of the kit on the back of the box. These look a lot better than the photograph did, so I'm quite pleased about that. Lots of internal bits there, gear doors and sorts of things. So yeah, everything looks very good. Yeah, just wondering if we can define who made this. On the other side, you've got detailing on a lot of these parts. So no push pins where they would be visible. For example, this main gear, you've got the push parts that are stuck on the outside, so these little external pins there are push parts, so these bits come off, don't break off. Yeah, so lots of tiny little pointy bits and so on, but there is detailing, very nice clear detailing on both sides of a lot of these parts. So yeah, undercarriage bay there, nose wing, cockpit on the other side, lots of dials and detail, so it all looks pretty good. Yeah, no complaints here from me. It is, yeah. So there you go. Pilot seat there, looking very clean, neat and tidy. Can you get? Yeah. So there you go. This is the third big sprue. Put it to that side. Then you've got the clear parts in a separate bag. Shall cut the tape. Right, so this is, well, back to Revell quality with this one. Not the best clear parts I've seen, but there's a bit of splash over here and over there on the parts, but the parts themselves look fine. The flash is easily removable. So looks like we're going to need a lot of masking onto these. There is raised parts of the greenhouse, so should be fairly easy to put some tape in and mask it on all of these pieces here, so that shouldn't be an issue. Got this piece here, it looks like an LED, so if it's a light you could just stick an LED there and light it, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I doubt I'm going to do that, but there you go. Yeah, nothing special, but pretty good all the same. So, final thoughts. What do I think of this thing? It is better than expected. Looking at the parts and so on, the parts are nice and clean sharp. As I said, it is a bit reminiscent of Edward parts, of Edward kits, and and being made in Poland. Is there a link there? Who knows? I don't know. I'm having a look at these things to see if I can see anything, but on the back here it does say Revell. So there you go. So what do I think again? Yeah, good 8.5 out of 10, I think. The parts look nice and sharp. All the small pieces are clean and delicate, and almost to scale-like, if you like. So there you go. So this is the yeah. As you can see, I'm out of practice doing this. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I shall end it here before I make a fool of myself. This is the Arado AR E.555 P series, it says there. So I'm not sure what P series means. Is it prototype? Because it doesn't say on the box anywhere. So one likes to think that P means prototype, but then I could be wrong. So have you built this kit? Is this something that you have in your stash? Something you plan to build, or you're not interested in? Yeah, if you have built it, let us know. Any hints and tips would be greatly appreciated. There we go. So before I run off, yeah, quick thank you to the few subscribers I've gained over the past few weeks. It's always nice to know that people are actually interested enough to want to subscribe and watch the stuff. So hopefully if you do subscribe, you'll be watching. And thank you for all the comments that I've received recently. Including got one from Angela, surprisingly enough, the funny little girl. She's not a modeler, she's a reactor. She's currently watching Farscape, which is one of my favourite TV shows. So yeah, go watch her if you want. And yeah, I shall leave it there. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy modeling.